Hello, this is Amanda with From Where I Stamp. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some card ideas using the Bloom Where You're Planted suite. Now this suite is found on pages 80 and 81 of the annual catalog. So you can purchase this suite right now, and I love the samples they have here on page 80. And you can purchase the whole suite for one number for $89.50 Canadian plus shipping and taxes. And for this number, the item number 155699, you'd receive the designer series paper, the bundle, so the stamp and the matching dies, which I'm going to use tonight, and also the paper lattice. So I don't have the paper lattice, but I do have a card that I'm going to share with you. And I'll share those cards at the end, so stick around and I'll share with you some other alternative ideas of what you can do with this suite. So if you have plants that you're growing at home, maybe you're taking some pictures, great for scrapbook pages, or if you want to give a great thoughtful card to someone else, there are gorgeous images in the designer series paper, so I'll show you that now. So this designer paper, it coordinates with Cajun Craze, Cinnamon Cider, Evening Evergreen, Garden Green, Gray Granite, and Just Jade. So here I've laid out the designer paper for you so you can see what side A, side B, whatever side you want to call them, but this is the front and that's the back, or vice versa. So there's great neutral designs that can be used for almost anything. And then these sheets here, you can actually cut out these images, and I'll show that to you at the end of the video, so stick around. All right, so the Plentiful Plants stamp set and coordinating Perfect Plants dies. Now I put my dies in its own case, so you can purchase these stamping cases separately in a pack of 4, and then I just print this off myself, and then some magnetic sheets. So there's quite a few. I love the little I don't know, stands and pots and the macrame little pot hanger. It's adorable. So we're going to use this card, and I wanted to show a different way of all the colors that are in this designer series paper. So I'm going to use some of these colors tonight when I'm stamping. And so Just Jade, this is an in color, so it is going to be retiring in a year. So you still have lots of time to purchase it, along with the other colors that are in that group, which is Cinnamon Cider as well. So those are 2 in colors. And then this year, our new in color is Evening Evergreen. So our in colors are around for 2 years, and then they retire. Sometimes they come back, you never know. And then Gray Granite is in the neutrals, and Cajun Craze is a regal. It's one I don't use a lot, so it's really fun that it's in this pack because I'm challenging myself to use it more. All right, so we're going to use these pieces from the designer paper plus some gray granite cardstock. So I already have this cardstock cut and scored. So this is half a sheet of gray granite, so 8.5 by 11, cut at 5.5. So I've cut it here at 5.5. 8.5 by 5.5, and then I've scored it at 4.25. So this will be my card. And then I've pulled out this, I'm not a big fan of this greenery. I mean, it makes me think of The Little Mermaid when she's in the little canoe with Eric, and they're near the end of the movie, or maybe at the middle of the movie, and there's these things hanging down over the pond. That's what makes me think of. So anyway, we're going to use this side. Oh, I need a little bit more oomph on my fold. All right, so it's going to go like this. So I'm just going to grab some glue. Oh, I forgot to bring over my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. We'll get that here shortly. So we put this here. Okay, I'm just going to bring over my excuse me, machine. All right, so then we have these 2 pieces of paper that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So we're going to layer them kind of like this, I think. And then this piece here, oh, I moved it. We're going to use the layering circle dies. So there's quite a few options. They have the scallops and the circles. So the scallops are meant that you can layer with this, or you can layer the circles or the scallops on top of each other. It's a very good, versatile unit. All right, so I'm going to use the mini machine just because it shows up better in the video. If you haven't seen me use this before, it's very, very easy. I'll show you the size difference. I think you'll be able to see it. Excuse me, this is the main machine, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and this is the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. So there is quite a bit of difference in the weight and the size. So this is awesome for our bigger, it's because it has a bigger platform, so you can fit more into it. But in this case, we only need the mini machine tonight, or today. So then it comes with these, a platform and cutting pads. So that's what we need to be able to cut our dies. And we're going to use the brick. And gray granite is one of my favorite colors. That and our purples. Purple is my ultimate favorite color, but I think gray granite is one of my favorite Stampin' Up! Colors, if I had to choose just one. Alright, so we have our circle. So I'm just going to put my circle back. The other nice thing about this Stampin' Cut and Emboss, the mini, is I can just set it off to the side and it doesn't take up a lot of space, which is really, really nice. I do have a big craft area, but if you do have some restricted space, then it's a perfect addition. All right, so I'm just going to grab some basic white to stamp on. So we're going to have this and this in the center. We're going to have, let's see if I already have, I probably do. I forgot to grab, not quite the right size, but that's okay. We'll use this one anyway. We'll trim it down a little bit. So this will be we're going to do a thank you so very much is what we're going to do here. All right, so we got to trim that down. So let's see, if we do thank you and so very much, we can put that in 1 1/4 or maybe even 1 inch. Let's do 1 1/4 for now, just to have an idea of what we need. Okay, 1 1/4. Whoops. There we go. There, so that's all ready. All right, so now, whoops, if you've heard that, there's fireworks going off today because it is Canada Day. All right, so we are going to, I don't need the dies yet. What am I opening those for? So I'm going to use this pot. Some blocks would be helpful. With Page and Craze. Makes me think of the terracotta pots. So we'll stamp that there. And of course, whoops, I'm going to wear it now. Nope. Okay. So the Stampin' Chamois, just a little bit of water, clean that up. And we want I want this one with some gray granite. You can open your stamp pads if you want all the way, but I find that it's a pain to get them open and close all the way. All right, so let's do some garden green and some just jade, I think. Move things out of my way. All right, so we're going to stamp one of these in garden green. Move this around. There, you can be able to see that. Stamp that in garden green. And then I'm going to grab the other little thing here, and I'm going to stamp this off. And then stamp it again, just so I have that, so it's not as dark. See how the color is different? So I just want to, I think I might layer these behind the pot. All right, so then I want this one here. I'm going to use all the colors. Why not? Evening Evergreen is one of my new favorites as well. So we'll just stamp, stamp, stamp. I think I'll stamp 2 of these, because I'm not sure. I might not need both of them. And since we're stamping, let's get our sentiment together before I do my cutting. All right, so we have thank you. And then we have so very much. With word stamps is easier. That is not straight. Let's get out the Stampin' Deluxe Foam Mat. This is a Stamparatus product, but I find it is so nice to use for my card making, because you can wipe off this, clean off the top of it really, really easily. All right, so we are going to use some cinnamon cider with some Evening Evergreen. Our thank you is going to be an Evening Evergreen. I probably don't need it at 1 1/4, but let's just, yeah. So I go like this. We don't need it that thick, no. And put the stamp back. And then we'll do some cinnamon cider for our so very much. Excuse my head for a moment. There we go. And you could use the Stamparatus as well if you wanted to get that placed, but I think it did a fairly good job. All right, so time to cut this down again. So probably just need it 3/4 of an inch. But we'll just leave it at that, at an inch. And I'm not sure where to trim it off, so I will just do some trimming here in a few moments with some scissors after I get, because we want this here and we want it at an angle maybe over here with some plants. So we'll get there. All right. Back to, oh right, and this is, I wrote 3.5 inches on my platform just to remember. I forgot I need to cut this down. If you had the larger machine, you'd be able to use this. But because I don't, it doesn't really matter if I have straight cuts at the moment. There we go. Trim that up. So you could trim a bunch of paper ahead of time to have it ready in the perfect size. So that way you don't run into the issues I just ran into of trying to have the right size to put it through the machine. All right, so I'm going to do these one at a time. You could have a little bit of like tape, like washi tape, to stick these down. I find if you do more than one die at a time, sometimes the die will move on you. And then you have the stamp all over again. So there's one. So if you're not a demonstrator, or if you're not a demonstrator, today I was able to place my order. Oh, that moved a little. Today I was able to place my order for they're calling it the July to December mini catalog. It technically is the August to December mini catalog because I had some delays with shipping, getting items in stock. So demonstrators as of today, July 1st, were able to participate in a pre-order, and Celebration is coming back in August. So usually Celebration's only in January, February, March. This year they changed it up so that Celebration is January, February, earlier this year. Oops, that moved again. And then Celebration will be August and September this year. So, and if you're not sure what Celebration is, it is when you place a $60 order before shipping and taxes, you receive a free product. So because those are coming, demonstrators were able to do their pre-order today. So in about a week and a half-ish, I should have some new product. So if you're interested in seeing some new product, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll be doing a video of items that I've ordered. All right, so now we're going to cut this one here. If you saw my Instagram story last night, I was dreaming of snow and fall and pumpkins and Christmas and everything, trying to figure out what I actually wanted to order. That's the hard part sometimes, is what do you order first? All right, so. Oh, sorry, the camera is just all over the place trying to focus on things. I apologize. So let's get these pieces glued down. So we'll put this like this, I think. Yep. I really like this brick design. Like so. And put this circle down in the middle. Something like that. Alright, so before we go any further, I'm just going to plop these things down and see how they all look. So this will plop in behind here somewhere, like so, just to give it a layered look. And then, I don't know whether I want to do one or two. Just one. That's all the pot can hold. And then we're going to put this here. So, we need to trim this off. And make a little banner. Like so. And then I think we need to trim off that much. So I'm going to grab my grid here, just so I feel like I'm putting things kind of straight. There we go. So if, along the lines of what I was saying earlier about demonstrators able to order new products, if you would like the chance to order a month early and still receive celebration benefits with your order, let me know. Because you can join up now, and your starter kit can be made up of items from the new catalog. So if you'd like to get a head start on getting those Christmas or fall, Halloween, autumn items, this will be a perfect opportunity to do so. Alright, so we are going to layer this in here, like so. And I'm going to put a little bit more just so that other plant has a little bit to stick to. And I think I'm going to use some dimensionals on this as well. So this will go right there. I'm going to put a little bit more tear tape just so it sticks, like so. There we go. And I am going to put some dimensionals on this just to make it pop a little more. One more little one. There we go. Yeah, that should be good enough, I think. All right, so this will go here. Let's take off some of these backings. I think I like that. And you can put a little bit of glue on the back, but I find when attaching these little items together, glue dots or tear and tape is usually the best choice. But whatever you find is the easiest for you. Oh, that's not going to be able to go there, but it can go back here. We'll just tuck it in behind here, kind of like that. There we go. So there is one card idea for you using the Perfect Plants dies, the Plentiful Plants stamp set, along with the Bloom Where You're Planted. I wonder if I can get everything in the screen here. Bloom Where You're Planted designer series paper. So this here is all what you'd need with some ink to be able to put this card together. And this is just a bright, fun card. It makes me think of summer, hot days, especially that's what we're having right now here in Ontario anyway, Southern Ontario, Southeastern Ontario, I guess is what I should say, is it's been very, very warm. And so this makes me think tropical and heat and everything. All right, so thank you for sticking around to the end. I'm going to share with you some other ideas and my next class. So on July 24th, I am holding a class where you'd receive half a pack of designer series paper of the Bloom Where You're Planted designer series paper. You receive half, 6-inch by 12-inch sheets. So I'm going to cut them in half for you. And then a little card packet to make 6 cards. So these cards will be these ones here. So I haven't shown them anywhere else. So this is the only place you'll see all the cards together. And so this is something that you'll be making these 3 cards. And for $20 will be the class fee, and I will ship that out to Canada, anywhere in Canada. So then a couple of options, other ideas for you. This was my card I shared over on my blog on Tuesday or on Wednesday. So this here just is one piece of designer paper, 2 inches by 12 inches. So I give some directions on my blog, so you can pop over there. It's from whereistamp.ca. So there's another option. And then I received this card as just a happy mail. And there's that little, what was it called? Lattice that you get if you ordered the whole suite. So just to refresh your memory, it's on page 80 and 81 of the annual catalog. And if you don't want to order the whole suite, you can order them individually. It's just nice to have one item code to order something all together. So if you're not a big fan of this lattice, then you could order the designer paper and the stamp and die bundle separately. You just have to use 2 item codes. So thank you very much for joining me. If you've liked my video, hit subscribe down below. Leave me a comment and let me know which one of these cards you enjoyed the most. And I will see you next time. Thank you.